All right, on my right side, we've got a $400 bike. On the left, $4,000. Let's see how they stack up. By the way, guys, this is an all-day IPA from Founders in Michigan. That's where I'm from. Not there now, obviously. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, but check them out. You can get the all-day IPA, I think, all across the country. All right, so I've wanted to make this video for a while to talk about both of these bikes, the differences, and my experience on them, because I think they've actually both been really important to my growth as a rider and actually getting into mountain biking. So we're gonna cut now to the ride comparison. I'm taking you down one trail close by me. It's a pretty quick trail. Has a bunch of little technical things, some log jumps, kind of. You got to gap over if you can. A few chattery route sections, nothing too like techy, but a lot of these steep chutes into kind of weird tight turns, and a lot of flat turns too, where you don't have a berm and it's pretty narrow. So it's pretty challenging little trail, and it's a lot of fun to ride. And it's way different on both bikes. Again, kind of just me not being used to the hardtail and the low amount of travel, but like the quality of the brakes and things will come into play with that. So we're gonna get to that ride. We're riding the Spire first, then we're riding the Axum, and then after that I'm gonna meet you in the garage, and we're gonna chat about the different specs, the geometry, and the components that are on each bike. All right, so we'll catch you out there on the trails, and then we'll be in the garage after. Cheers. I think we're almost ready here. Catching my breath a little. And we're gonna call this route right here the starting point. I think there's another little turn. If I have to stop to navigate, I'll restart it, but I think we're good. Again, handicaps given to the Schwinn. All right, 3, 2, 1. I hear kids down there. Let's roll. Try not to hit any. Ah, that might be a fern gap. Stinging nettles everywhere. Whew. Gap that a little. Whoa, braking too much. Man, oh, still not fully comfortable letting loose on this trail. Oh, that's why. Oh, flat turns. Oh, shoot. Sorry, Spire. This is my fault, not yours. All right, touch the log is the end. There we are. So, I don't particularly want to get hurt going down this, so I'm not going to be too crazy. I'm going to try to give the Schwinn a fair shake here. Like I said, went down the Spire first, so I know the trail a little bit now. It's still it's a sketchy little trail, so it's kind of tough. So yeah, not going to be too crazy, but alas, here we go. Oh, foot caught right away. Get that chain a little more. All right, a little cranking. stuff's so much harder, harsher. Oh boy, I might drop my chain here. Oh, that's definitely a bit slower because I just didn't feel safe on it. Oh, man, guys, I'm spoiled. I'm not used to the hardtail. Alright, where's this drop? Oh, alright. Not so bad. Whew. One thing with the Schwinn, I haven't had issues dropping the chain even though it is loud back there. It does have a narrow wide. Oh. Alright, I was going slower so that was a little better. Good chunk. Oh god, guys. Touch the tree. Oh, that's the end. Okay, we're back. Just got done on the ride. Now, is this bike the same as this bike? Obviously, we've got a big price difference. Bikes are probably not going to be the same. But let's get into what the actual differences are and the overall in terms of cost difference for bikes. Let's start with the Schwinn here. The differences you'll find in the geometry of the bikes is going to come down to the length and the height, essentially. So the top tube is shorter on the Schwinn. The head tube angle is steeper. So essentially what that's going to mean for you is you're sitting higher and further in the front of the bike. Sometimes that can feel like you're going to go over the top of the bike when you get in steep sections. Now there are also obvious differences in the components on the bikes. The brakes on this are $60 Zoom hydraulic brakes. It was a huge upgrade to upgrade these two hydraulic brakes from mechanical, but it still is not the same level as the brakes on the Spire. The fork on this bike is a RockShox Judy TK Silver. It has 100 millimeters of travel, which is also a lot less than what's on the Spire. So you feel a lot more of the smaller and larger bumps on the trail. The drivetrain on the Schwinn is also upgraded. It's a box components 8-speed derailleur and shifter that I installed on this bike. Now, moving over to the Spire, you can see different angles and things that are different just right off the bat. This head tube angle, this top tube is at a much steeper angle, so you can see the seat is much lower than the bars. The angle here on the head tube is much less steep, so the front wheel sticks out further. Essentially that means you're pulled back and you're going to be much more in the bike than on the bike in the front, so you can handle steep stuff a little easier that way. Now the brakes are SRAM Code R brakes. These are not the highest end brakes on the market, but they're definitely much higher end or much more capable than the Zoom brakes that are on the Schwinn. The fork is a Marzocchi Z1 Bomber, and this has 170 millimeters of travel, so it's almost double what is on the Schwinn as well. Now this feels like a cloud compared to riding on a hardtail with 100 millimeters of travel. The Spire also has rear suspension, 170 millimeters on a Fox float back here. The drivetrain on the Spire is a SRAM NX Eagle 12-speed drivetrain, and you can see this cog is a heck of a lot bigger than the Schwinn's. That means it's going to be easier to pedal up hills and anywhere. Now, as much as I love my Spire and I really want to show off what a great bike I think that bike is, this video is not meant to show you that $400 bike sucks. Essentially, I upgraded the Schwinn a lot, and I think it's really cool that I felt pretty comfortable on a Black Diamond trail with that bike. What I was actually more interested in showing with this video is that a $400 bike can be pretty capable. Now, I did have to put a bunch of upgrades into it though, so the question is, was it worth it? By my numbers, this bike has about $800 worth of upgrades. Now, I'll total them on the screen so you can see the exact number. Everything upgraded will have the price and the description as I say them here. Grips, brakes, fork, shifter, derailleur, front tire, back tire, pedals, stem, stem cap, bars, dropper post lever, dropper post. I guess that's it. Now, to me, the point of this question is essentially not whether or not you should buy and upgrade a bike or if it was worth it for me, but can you get out on the trails if you only have $400 to spend? And to me, the answer is totally yes. If you want to buy a bike and upgrade it and make it capable, you can absolutely do so. The caution I have for you is that you're going to spend a lot of time putting work into your bike. If you want to do that, good on you. And have fun. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you're still not convinced subscribing's worth it, go watch some of my other videos. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you guys my times. So I got minute 27 on the Spire and minute 34 on the Schwinn. Now it's a fairly sizable difference considering the trail's less than a half a mile, but you know, the Schwinn did pretty good.